Super Mario Bros. Was the first game I ever remember playing, with 8 delightful worlds more shining than the last. I couldn't have picked a better introduction into the realm of gaming. So, story time. I was born on September 26, 1989, the tail end of the 80s. So really, the 90s are my childhood. And in another life, I may have started with the N64 or a PlayStation. But since I had an older brother who had 11 years on me, I was able to play the Nintendo Entertainment System when I was just 3 years old. My brother doesn't even remember what he had on his NES. But I do. Super Mario Bros., Duck Hunt, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Contra, the works. But today I'm here to review the game that started it all, not just for me, but countless other gamers who started with Nintendo. Super Mario Bros. Granted, I don't remember much about my first playthrough. After all, I was only 3 at the time. But for as long as I can remember, the controls and gameplay was just second nature to me. I already knew how to run over gaps or the primary goal of these days. I never questioned why I couldn't go back to where I was, nor did I need a tutorial or a manual to learn the game's controls. I just pressed buttons. They were a lot easier to memorize back then. Back then, you didn't have a save feature. You either beat the game in one sitting or you went to the beginning. Simple, direct, and easy to remember. Now, it may or may not surprise you that even my dad played this game. In fact, he was the one who watched me play and told me where I could find the secret life in stage 1, or the 6 secret blocks at the first Bowser Castle. But he never could get past World 2. And considering that world has 2 back-to-back frustrating stages, I can see why. I have no idea if my brother ever beat this game. I know I never did. Not on the original NES anyway. I've beaten a Super Mario Bros. Deluxe version on my Game Boy Color before, but never the original game. It's not talked about a lot, but while these games start off easy, they can become one of the most frustrating games in existence. So for those who made it to the end, we salute you. Back then, I didn't know that much about Mario. I just knew it was a fun game. It didn't comprehend in my 3-year-old brain I was playing as Mario, who Luigi was, who the princess was, or who the big bad was. I just ran to my right, swept through enemies, and tried not to die. Looking back now, I understand why this game became a phenomenon. Nintendo didn't throw you into a complicated world with dozens of mechanics. They gave you a character, a goal, and a button to jump. Everything else you learn by playing. Since then, my brother sold his NES to our cousin. Man, what a different world it would have been had he just given it to me, but it wasn't meant to be. I got into video games because of my older brother. And if it wasn't for Mario, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. So I like to tip my hat to my brother, to Mario, and to Nintendo for making video games such a huge part of my life.